Zach, have you found the red yet?
No, but I'm on it.
What's it going to take for you to locate the red camera?
From what I understand, the Red One's body designed for flexibility and functionality. Weighing in at 10 pounds, this is a streamlined package specifically designed to maximize your shooting options. Matched with a 35mm PL lens mount, it allows you to take advantage of the world's finest optics. Modular and upgradable, the Red One camera is a future-proof acquisition system you can build upon.
I have heard that before. And I know typical high-end HD camcorders have 2.1 megapixel sensors and record with 3.1 color subsampled video at up to 30 frames per second. Red offers the Mysterium Super 35mm cine-sized sensor, which provides 4K up to 30 frames per second and 3K up to 60 frames per second and 2K up to 120 frames per second capture, and all this with wide dynamic range and color space in 12-bit native RAW. At 4K, that's more than 5 times the amount of information available every second and a vastly superior recording quality. In addition, you get the same breathtaking depth of field and selective focus as found in film cameras using equivalent 35mm PL mount lenses. Mysterium boasts greater than 66 dB dynamic range thanks to its large 29 square micron pixels. And 12,065,000 pixels deliver resolution that can only be called ultra-high definition.
Red One is a modular design, so then let's shoot with the lightweight EFP-style body loaded up to shoot a feature film. Options include red rail mounting accessories that grow the camera body. Configure for tripod, crane or long lens applications. High-resolution red LCD and EVF monitors come equipped with advanced tools for framing, exposure and focus. The Red One body and red rail components provide numerous mounting points to allow hundreds of optional red and third-party accessories, some that haven't even been dreamed of yet. Choose between the convenience and durability of recording directly to compact flash, in-camera, or outputting signal to red flash drive or red drive RAID for even longer recording options.
You know they have new Red One capabilities to shoot in 3D.
I know, I have heard about that, but have not seen one yet. It is a quantum leap in 3D content production and stereographic post-production from a tapeless workflow, resulted in a successful 3D output.
This whole Red system seems pretty neat, if you have big dollars to spend. But they make a big point about having a 3D option. Looks like you can do video or still, but this is definitely not for hobbyists.
In the industry, it's considered dirt cheap. Original orders were taken at $17,000. To a non-professional that sounds steep, but in the industry we all laughed like hell. Many figured it would never make it to market. I was not of that camp, and anyone who placed an order sight unseen, there wasn't even a working prototype, was throwing away their money. Most who placed an initial order said that at 17 grand, they'd take their chances. There are a lot of us who have issues with it still, however. The file format doesn't fit into our workflow very well and there are problems with the picture quality. All of these issues are being worked out bit by bit. It's come a long way since its introduction. One of the things I find cool about it is that lens data is captured on the metadata. This is very handy for CGI artists when creating imagery that matches to live action. I've always felt it was a natural for stereo, since they are fairly compact and much of the operations needed to control a pair of lenses is already built in. And cheap.
What else have you heard about the 3D Red camera?
Well, for starters, Jim Jennard, founder of Oakley and more importantly, Red stated that all previous announcements were invalid, and that the company managed to create something beyond the wildest dreams. Obsolete is the new keyword for Red, since the company launched 2 bodies that aren't going to become obsolete even 10 or 20 years in future. Excuse me.
Yay, okay, go on.
All of launched products are completely modular, available with sensors ranging from 4.9 to incredible 261 million pixels, capturing video between 25 and 120 frames per second in resolutions ranging from 3K to 28K. Hardware support for 120 frames per second in 3K will revolutionize production of sports events, since hardware support for slow motion and super slow motion means that super expensive slow motion cameras are going the way of doo-doo birds. For instance, if you're covering a Formula 1 or NASCAR race, and every camera in the field is red scarlet or EPIC, there are no worries about capturing the right moment. Since every camera in the field will be able to perfectly reproduce the scene. Movie-wise, Creating an action scene will no longer be an exhausting and daunting work without a rightful capture on screen. Are you annoyed by choppy movements during fast-paced action? Spider-Man and latest James Bond are a living testament of 25 frames per second inadequacies. Well, with Red Epic, you can shoot the scene in 6K or 9K at 100 or at 50 frames per second, and then do with the scene whatever you please. You will have enough captured frames to provide smooth action. Yes, movies and games are coming together in a quest for smoothness of movements, and games showed that 25 frames per second or 30 frames per second just is not enough. But 28K in native, single sensor mode is just incredible. Especially given the fact that 1080p cinema camera from Sony will set you back for almost $100,000. For that amount of money, you can buy more than 10 complete Scarlet kits and shoot in 3K, not in puny 1080p. Go to red.com and see next year, visual production industry will undergo a revolution. For the end, here is the picture of world's first native 3D filming camera. 2 Scarlets are probably the cheapest way to film an event in 3D. No offline picture separation. This native lens approach could rule the 3D world.
I love IT.
And by the way, I can use a job.